It's been an entertaining Memorial Cup so far in Rimouski, as we now know the semifinalists of the tournament. London Knights will face the Moncton Wildcats after Moncton taking out the host Rimouski Oceanic last night. And of course, now the Medicine Hat Tigers waiting in the Memorial Cup final, which will take place on Sunday. So we'll have to wait and see. Can the London Knights keep the OHL's hopes alive of winning back-to-back Memorial Cup championships? Well, we'll have to wait and see as they get ready to face the champion from the Q. Now, at the Memorial Cup, we had some news that was made official. Under Armour will officially be the jersey supplier of the Canadian Hockey League. I did a video on this a few months ago when rumors started to come out that, yes, the Canadian Hockey League looking to change its jersey supplier, and it was made known. So all 62 teams across the Canadian Hockey League will have new jerseys next year, but we haven't heard yet if this means we'll get some rebrands. Because remember back in 2009 when we had the Reebok Edge jerseys were introduced, that's when Reebok did a whole feature of all 60 teams at the time of what their looks would be. And there was also quite a few teams that went through a full rebrand, thinking of the London Knights, the Sudbury Wolves, the Peterborough Petes. That's when we had that striping that was introduced, that piping. The piping's kind of annoying. I'm glad we got past that. But still, that was a big change back in 2009. So we'll have to wait and see if we're going to get any rebrands out of this. And the one thing that really stands out to me is the collar. The only reason why this stands out to me is because I'm a bit of a jersey nerd. I collect jerseys and whatnot. So when I hear anything about jersey related news, I get kind of excited just to see what the changes are. And the collar, it's a little different. Of course, you're going to have the Under Armour logo because through the supplier, but then on the back of the neck, I know they were using the Rimouski Oceanic in the promotional images and video, but it's the bar right under, right on top of the shoulders above. I'm assuming it'll be the nameplate for when these jerseys are in action. It's this white gap. And I know they want to highlight that Under Armour is the supplier of the jerseys, but it's kind of odd. I'm wondering if this is something we're going to see on all Canadian Hockey League jerseys, or if maybe this is just a one-off being the Rimouski Oceanic. But still, we'll have to wait and see. I'm curious if we'll get any rebrands. I've been thinking about doing a video about this with OHL teams. Which team could use a rebrand going into next year? Because obviously the teams have known for quite a while that this announcement was coming, so they'd have to prepare, ordering the jerseys. They want to get the merchandise for fans once the season gets underway. So it'll be, I'm curious, could we see maybe one or two teams making some adjustments to their uniforms starting in the 2025-26 season? Put your comments down below. Which team do you think should have a rebrand? And maybe I'll do a video on that, just looking at some jerseys that might need some upgrades going into next season. Now, we did get a signing announcement yesterday from the Soo Greyhounds. They have signed 7th overall pick, Noah Laus. He's a native of Belle River, Ontario, and he's bringing his skills to Sault Ste. Marie. So this is great news for the Greyhounds after what happened last year. Remember, Ryder Cali decided not to report to the Greyhounds and had his rights traded to the North Bay Battalion. So this year they will keep their first-round selection. And for Kyle Raftis, he's excited to see what Laus brings. He's already been up in Sault Ste. Marie for the rookie orientation, and now it's preparing for the training camp, which will get underway near the end of August. So Laus, I think he's going to be great for this Soo Greyhounds team that is looking to improve on what we saw last year. Now, there were a couple other signings that have been announced just to touch on here. Starting off the Peterborough Petes, they've announced that they have signed Jerry DeConsolo. He's from Buffalo, and apparently the scouting department of the Peterborough Petes really liking what they see. He was with Shattuck St. Mary's last year, and he played exceptionally well, even at the development camp. So he was a third-round selection for the Peterborough Petes, and last year in 62 games, he earned 147 points. So that's breaking it down, 57 goals, 90 assists. So we'll see what DeConsolo will bring to this Peterborough Petes team that they already have a lot of great talent on the squad after missing the playoffs the last two seasons. So we'll see what's in store here. I would assume he's going to probably be a bottom six forward for the Peterborough Petes this upcoming season. But if he has that scoring touch and if it can carry over here into the Ontario Hockey League, I think we might see the return of the maroon and white when it comes to the playoffs next season. And the other signing to note, the Ottawa 67s have signed Thomas Vandenberg. He's a local boy. He's from the Ottawa area, but he was drafted 93rd overall by the 67s back in the 2024 OHL priority selection. But he was playing out of the USHL last year. He had a commitment to Providence College of the NCAA. But of course, now that CHL players allowed to play in the NCAA, Vandenberg has agreed to bring his talents to the nation's capital, playing for his hometown team. So the Peterborough Petes, they're a team looking for a bounce back as well after missing the playoffs last year. I think Ottawa and Peterborough are two teams that are going to be fascinating to follow in the East Division. See if both or if one of the two teams will make the playoffs next year. But still, it's always exciting when you see a local player being signed by his hometown team. So that's how I see it from the booth. Let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on any of these signings or on the jersey news. I know it's a little nerdy, but I'm excited about the new look. And of course, that means CCM jerseys will likely be going on sale. So if you're a jersey collector, keep an eye out for that from all the OHL teams, seeing when those jerseys will go on sale. So again, thank you very much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you again soon.